There's some interesting news in the world of the NFL. First, the NFL Network reported that Rob Gronkowski was going to return to the Patriots. Doesn't seem like big news. We all expected Rob Gronkowski to come back after he semi-hinted that he was thinking about maybe not coming back after the Super Bowl. Well, Rob Gronkowski then tweeted this. A cryptic tweet. #clueless with a hands up in the air emoji. Then there's this news. Mike Garofalo reported that Odell Beckham Jr. wants over $20 million a year in a new contract. Jalen, what do you think about these two players right now not fully committed to their teams next season?
Two of the top players in the game. And if we were doing a fantasy draft right now, both of those guys are going to top 5. Mercurial athletes at their position have shown that they have what it takes to be all-time greats at what they do. However, in a salary cap-driven sport, based on the economics of how I see the NFL has transpired over the past handful of years, I know this is going to sound blasphemous. I would trade both of these players.
I'm sorry. My earpiece must not be working. What did you say?
I would trade both of these guys.
You would trade Odell Beckham Jr. You would trade Rob Gronkowski. Please explain yourself, Mr. Rose.
I would. And actually, Molly taught me this stat. Of the top 10 receivers fiscally in the NFL, none of them have won a Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, I want to flip the page. Of the top handful of quarterbacks that have been paid contracts, including one, Jimmy Garoppolo, who's only started 7 total football games. None of those teams were actually in the playoffs last year. The dynamics of football have switched to trying to balance out your roster. And when you take that leap and pay the big money for your number one target on the outside or the guy under center, then it cripples your ability to build out the rest of your roster. Again, this doesn't say anything about the greatness of these players. And yes, Odell dealt with some health issues last year. He missed the entire season.
So did Gronkowski.
Gronk has dealt with multiple health issues and surgeries and concussions. And if you're going to make a move, you have to sell high. And if I was in the position to do so, to build out the rest of my roster, that's exactly what I would do.
Well, I learned 2 really interesting things just now. Number 1, Jalen Rose would trade Odell Beckham and Rob Gronkowski. Number 2, Jalen gets all of his best research from Molly Cameron.